the difference from when you played in it before to this time? Audience and the feel.
Yeah, the audience is crazy now. It's like it's chaotic, pandemonium, and all them words. Um, this is a nice setup this year. It was the best setup I ever was a part of because the ones before weren't as great as this now. The setup, and that was unbelievable. I'm still sick about scratching on that ball. I just know that it could have been different if I didn't scratch on that 2-reel shot. It could have been so different. But I can't, like I said, I can't dwell on it. I got to move on. The Mosconi Cup, obviously we're having trouble winning. We know that. We can't seem to get the chemistry right between the players. And that's what's going wrong with them. That's why we're losing. Can't get the chemistry right. And the players need to exercise. They need to take it a little more seriously. You got to have a little bit of an edge going there. Can't be just eating hamburgers and hot dogs and Cokes and taking it easy, you know what I mean? You got to be like practicing 8 hours a day and exercising and practicing another 8 hours. Now, 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening, and then exercise and plenty of rest, then you'll win. But if you just walk in there and you treat it like a vacation, you're going to lose. Simple as that. And I think the Mosconi Cup is greater now than ever, but something's wrong.
One other shot. I know you had the scratch one. There's one other question that you had everybody on the internet questioning. You had a 6-ball. Instead of playing it in the side, you cut it up the corner.
Yeah, I didn't. I was sitting so funny I couldn't get on to the other side of the table. And I thought it would bobble if I tried to draw it because the pockets were so little. I still could have made that shot down the rail. You know, I just hit it bad. I'm unlucky the ball landed like that when I drew back on the 5-ball. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When I drew back, I didn't want to draw that far. I wanted it to just bounce off a little, but I drew it too much, and it landed straight. I think he was fortunate the way I landed on the ball. That's what I believe. I don't think that I really choked the situation. I was a bit unfortunate, like when I scratched the 2 rails on Shaw. I shouldn't have drawn back so far. I think about that shot too. If I would have just drew back and bounced off a little bit, I could have cut the ball in and went down table and got on the ball real easy. Or just drew over. But I drew back too far, it bounced off the rail and left me dead straight. It was just a little bit of a bad roll that I landed like that, I think. So they can look at it any way they want. You know, the ball could have landed right and it could have got right out, but it didn't.
Pockets, they were tight. So the side, what was tougher shooting, at the side or at the corners?
The sides I'd say, were tougher than the corners because you could hit the rail before the pocket in the corners and you could make them. But there wasn't much room for error at all in the side pockets because they were the same size. They were 4 inches. That's the smallest pockets there's ever been in tournament play, I think.
So the side pockets were the same size as the corner, not like normally with the side.
Yeah, they were the same size as the corners. They were 4 inches too. So I think they were. Maybe they might have been a little bigger. That's hard to believe because they were so little you could hardly see the pocket. But I think those were the smallest pockets that I've ever seen in tournament play, ever in my lifetime. There might have been some before me, but I haven't seen it. 4 inches like that. And there's nothing wrong with the size. I don't disagree with it. I think it's the way we should play. You would get used to it. You know what I mean? If we played like that all the time with those size pockets, the players would get used to it. They'd become better players.
Like they got used to in the snooker, playing on a smaller pocket, you have to.
Well, if you look at those pockets that we were playing on, and you look at golf, the golf cup is 4 inches. The pool pockets were 4 inches, at the Mosconi Cup. Now, the golf ball is much smaller than a pool ball. Okay? Which game's harder? I'll let you decide. It's easy. Pool's harder because the ball we're playing a bigger ball into the same size cup. They're playing a smaller ball. You understand? And it's easier. They need to make the golf cup smaller, a little smaller. That's what they need to do to golf. Make it just a little bit smaller and then watch them come unraveled. You know what I mean? Like we did. That table picked at us and exposed us. You understand? Everybody, and Shaw was dead wrong when he said in the press conference that he was never going to miss a ball. He missed a lot of balls. And he didn't say another word about it, did he?
No.
He was humbled, wasn't he? And I was right. I said everybody's going to miss on these tables. Look at this shot Skyler missed. Look at this shot. He missed the easiest shot in the tournament. Was Tyler when he missed a 6 on the side. Straight in. That was the easiest shot that was missed, I think. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have much to think about on that shot. He tried to, he was indecisive when he shot the ball. We've all done that, though. But I was right in the press conference about everybody was going to miss. That's all I'm saying.
No, you were definitely right. During the press conference, it almost seemed like you two were at each other. What's your relationship with Jason?
Well, we're still friends, off the court, But, when we play, you just, that competitive spirit's there, and between he and I keep having opportunities to beat him, and I make a couple of mistakes, and he beats me. He's a really great player. It don't take many mistakes for him to beat you. I've only made 1 or 2 mistakes in the last 3 or 4 matches I played him, and he's beat me. 1 or 2, that's it. Most guys you can make 4 or 5, 6 mistakes against and still win. But it seems like with him, if I can be leading, I've led him 5-0 in a few matches I can remember in the last couple of years, and he's beat me all of them. You got to be a great player to beat me when I got you 5-0. So it shows what a good player he is, and I can't let up, and it's driving me a little bit crazy. I keep losing to him. Of course he does get some good breaks, and we all do. We bellyache about that. He got a few rolls, and you got lucky to come back and win, but still, I'm not making that many mistakes, and I'm losing. So that's what I'm trying to say. I've got to not make any mistakes, literally.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at him, and we're always friends off the court.